Are you currently studying for the CLC Level 4 Diploma in Conveyancing Law and Practice and finding that it feels more complicated than you expected? You're covering the material, you understand the words on the page, but when you look at exam questions or think about real transactions in practice, it doesn't always connect. Now, this is very common at level 4, and in this video, I want to walk you through 3 thinking traps that can catch students out at this level and show you how to start approaching conveyancing like a practitioner rather than like a note learner. So let's run through those 3 traps. Trap number 1 is knowing the rule but missing the risk. So many students at CLC Level 4 focus too heavily on definitions, and Level 4 is full of precise terminology related to land law, and it's easy to think that learning those definitions is kind of the end goal. But in exams and practice, it isn't actually the end goal, because knowing what a restrictive covenant is matters far less than understanding what it does. So does it affect the buyer's plans? Could it concern the lender? Is there a future resale issue, for example? So the fix is to move beyond the rule, beyond the definition, and look for the risk. So every time you learn a concept, ask yourself, how does this concept affect the client's money? How does it affect the lender's security or the transaction itself? And that shift is what turns land law from abstract theory into something practical. Trap number 2 is the accounts fear trap. Now, this is the belief that the module about accounting transactions is really just a maths problem to solve. But the reality is that calculations are rarely the issue. What matters more is understanding what the money represents, where that money is allowed to sit, and when it's permitted to move. So client accounts and rules relating to client accounts exist to protect other people's money. So once you start focusing on whose money it is and why it's being held, the rules suddenly start to make much more sense, and bookkeeping follows the logic of the transaction. Now, this emphasis on understanding how conveyancing works in real transactions is right at the heart of how we teach at Astranti. Our CLC conveyancing courses are designed to support students from level 4 all the way through to level 6 with a strong focus on practical application, with clear explanations and exam-focused guidance. We don't just teach topics in isolation. Instead, we show how land law, accounts, and the procedure all link together in a live file. So whether you're currently studying level 4 or you're starting to think ahead to level 6, it's worth being aware of how your learning sets you up for the next stage. And if you'd like to find out more about our CLC conveyancing courses, you can find out the full details using the link in the description, and you can even book a one-to-one with a member of our team to find out if Astranti is the right training provider for you. Trap number 3 is the ticking the box trap. So at level 4, it can be easy to treat different tasks as things that you do because the process says that you have to do them. But every process and every step in conveyancing exists in order to protect someone. So searches protect buyers and lenders, inquiries manage risk, reporting ensures that you've got informed decisions. Everything exists in order to protect someone or something. So start asking yourself, who does each of these tasks protect and why does that matter? Because that kind of mindset is what examiners reward, and ultimately it's what firms expect from you as you progress towards level 6 and practice. Now, CLC Level 4 is the foundation of your conveyancing career. So the aim is not just to pass assessments, but to understand what's happening on a real file and why it matters. So if you can build that way of thinking now, you're going to be far better prepared for when you come around to level 6 and your professional practice. And if you need some more help along the way, please do check out Astranti. Make sure to check the link in the description for more information about our conveyancing courses.